Hello. Hi. I see we're still settling from our little break. We're settling, we're sitting. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Oh, good. You're doing a little bit better than me. I'm a bit tired today. Amazing. Hi. Hi. You know, before we start, I went to go see this incredible documentary the other day. It's called Peer Kids by actually one of my gay children, Elegance Bratton. It's a beautiful film. And he did a talk afterwards, and he said something that I thought was really profound. He talked about the ways in which, when he began working on this film with my sister, Crystal LaBeija, she told him that before she allows him to come into her life, they need to be friends, right? Before she allowed herself to share her story with Elegance, she wanted to have a relationship, a connection. So I guess that's how I'm feeling right now, right? I'm feeling like, let's all have a connection, let's all be friends before I share, okay? Everybody, say hello to the person next to you. Good. Wonderful. Shake their hand, give them a hug, whatever they're comfortable with. Okay, good. Okay, now you're getting really friendly. Okay. Now I'm gonna say hi, and how about you say hi back to me? Hi. 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 Fantastic. All right. I'll share a little bit about myself very quickly to be incredibly vulnerable. My name is Kia Michelle Benbow, also known by my stage name, my artist name, Kia LaBeija. That comes from the iconic royal House of LaBeija, which I was a member of for a very long time. Thank you. And I was also the mother of the house for a few years when it entered our 50th year anniversary. I am also someone living with chronic illness. I am a long-term survivor living with HIV, and I contracted the virus perinatally, which means that I received it from my mother. So I've been living with HIV for almost 30 years. And I look fabulous. In 2014, I started a series called 24, and it was looking at the ways in which I've been living my life as a brown person, a female-bodied person, living with HIV through childhood, through teenagehood, all the way into adulthood. It was incredibly vulnerable for me to share such a thing, and I wanted people to understand my story in a way that felt beautiful to me. And it's been really amazing. When I shared this series, it got a lot of attention, which was fantastic. But then over time, my story kept being retold and retold and retold, you know, and so many different kind of outlets wanted to write about me or talk about me, which is amazing. It's an incredible opportunity, and it is a privilege for people to share your story, but after a while it starts to feel like your story isn't yours anymore, you know, or after telling the story so many times, you start to wonder, is it even real? Did it really exist? I'm not sure anymore, because I feel like now I'm talking from a script, and that feels very strange to me. So a few years ago, I was invited to present work with Triple Canopy for their 24th issue, which was an amazing opportunity, and the issue was looking at illness very specifically. And I let them know that A, I was triggered because they approached me about creating work about illness, and as an artist, I don't think any artist really wants to be pigeonholed in any super kind of way. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm sure there are lots of artists that feel very free within their pocket, but for me specifically, I felt very much so that I didn't want to get stuck, you know? And in today's society, you know, clickbait is like, it's everywhere, you know? So anytime I saw my name somewhere on the internet, it was HIV positive, woman of color, queer, before it got to artist or before it got to my name. And those are all my intersecting identities that I'm incredibly, incredibly proud of. But it can start to feel a bit wounding sometimes, you know, because it feels like people are looking so much at your politics that maybe they're overlooking your art. So for Triple Canopy's issue for 24, I asked them very specifically to not talk about what my illness was. I wanted to just express it through my images and through some words. This piece was very specifically about being on medication as a person living with HIV and what those side effects can cause or bring up. Interesting enough, thinking about the work that I've been making and thinking about the ways in which I sometimes feel, sometimes feel pigeonholed in being an artist living with HIV or an artist that makes work about HIV or chronic illness, I also realized that maybe I'm still dealing with a lot of things on my own. Maybe I still have a lot of emotional baggage that I'm still working through, and that's okay. I've also decided to let all that go, leave it all in the 2010s, and realize that it's always a privilege to tell my story. So I'll show you on and off again. Thank you. I'm incredibly proud of this work. I think as a person living with HIV and dealing with medications that have some pretty severe side effects for a long time, it's been amazing to be able to tell this story visually in a way that I feel like I also haven't had to say much. Hopefully you can just feel my experience. Sometimes I feel like I talk a lot, or I've been talking a lot lately, which I love. I obviously really enjoy talking and really enjoy talking to you all. But after a while, you know, you realize that sometimes that images and art, you know, just speak louder than even just words itself. I know that's something that I really, really enjoy, when I can see something visually and I can understand it so profoundly, so easily. Okay, let's see, I have 1 minute and 16 seconds left, I believe. Great. So let's talk very, very quickly. I was lucky enough to participate in the Performa Biennial just last week. That's why I'm still a bit exhausted and tired. This is one of my images from the Performa Biennial. It's called Entitled Bauhaus. The biennial was looking at the Bauhaus, and it was amazing because I got the opportunity to use performance. So I created this incredible piece that was looking at going through a healing pathway And so it's incredibly autobiographical, which all of my work is, but it's also a way that I've been able to stray away from this narrative that I've kind of been stuck in a way to grow. Let's see if I can just show you a few things really quick before they kick me up the stage. This is an image from a residency that I had at Performance Space New York. This is the beautiful dressing room at Performance Space New York. And this is an image that I created looking at this grid that I built. And the grid has been my path. I've got 9 seconds left, 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left. All right, so we'll have to talk about this another time. But thank you all for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentations.